afternoon and welcome to ALCOSAN's Board of Directors meeting. We will begin with the roll call.
Mr. Harry Reedshaw.
Here.
Miss Sylvia Wilson. Here. Mr. Jack Shea. Mr. John Weinstein.
He's on. John, I think you're on mute.
John, can you hear me?
Dr. Gilliam. Representative Emily Kincaid.
Here.
Mr. Corey O'Connor.
Here. All right, we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we get into information items, there was an executive session held prior to this meeting. Seeing nobody for public comment, we will begin with information item B. And it looks like we have a very special awardee at our table. Am I passing it off?
I'll catch.
You'll catch me? Okay. So we have the Civil Engineer of the Year at our table. For those watching on TV, you can assume it's not Sylvia Wilson. It is somebody that means a lot to us down here at ALCOSAN. Kim Kennedy has done an amazing job. I do think it is funny on this flyer, though, you are talking to an investigative reporter from Channel 2. So we might have to work on who we're putting on these flyers in the future. But Kim, I think from all of us here, thank you for the great work that you've been doing and continue to do. There's a lot going on here over the next decade plus, and thank you for being part of it. I will pass it off to our executive director.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I don't know that there's much I can do to follow that other than to say how incredibly proud I am of Kim. I have truly been privileged to watch her come up as an engineer. I remember when she was a babe in the engineering woods long ago, far away, back in the Chester years. And she makes me proud. She makes this organization proud and so very deserving of this award and reward, because I know she's feeling the reward right now. She's feeling like, can we just move on?
Well, thank you, Director.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. With that, we will pass it off to get our wet weather expansion cost report from Ms. Kim Kennedy. Or do we have to?
Engineer of the Year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we introduce her as the engineer of the year? Yes.
I'll take it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So it's been a couple months since I gave you an update on the plant expansion, and I could just say the winter hasn't slowed us down at all. We are over 50% complete on the RAS project, which needs to finish this year because we have a couple others that we need to start and we need the space back. And we're over 30% already on the north end facilities. That's a $110 million job, and it's really moving. A lot of digging, and soon we'll be out of the ground, which will be great. And then then East Headworks, which is our other huge job, we're just at 11%, but a lot of work, and it's in a much more public part of the plant, so we see that a little bit more. But if you had any questions on any of the projects, I would like to say that the environmental compliance facility is out to bid right now. It's on our website. That's our 3-story building that'll relocate our lab over to the beginning of the plant. So we are in the bid phase of that project.
Thank you. And that's why you're the engineer of the year. Let's go to item D, Executive Director approval of construction change orders less than $30,000. See Exhibit B, the ALCOSAN parking garage. to WG Tomco and Sons for amount of $8,400.
Mr. Chairman, this is related to the growing parking garage. You cannot miss it when you come into the plant. As Kim said, can be surprising to some that given the weather and the time of year, we're making the progress we are. But every time you come in that gate, you can tell that garage is growing. Yes, this is a relatively minor change. Some pump was required for the elevator in the pit of the elevator. It is as simple as that.
All right, sounds good. Let's go to action items. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes and the invoices?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item C, motion to authorize specification of advertisements for the bid. See Exhibit D, the furnish and deliver hydrochloric acid.
Mr. Chairman, as indicated in the exhibit, this is a chemical that we use to remove the scaling that develops in the odor control systems. Again, relatively straightforward.
All right, need a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item D, motion to approve the following change orders that exceed $30,000. See Exhibit E, ALCOSAN parking garage from Mike Coates Construction.
It was good.
He did it
Oh.
together.
Oh, yeah,
He did it
sorry.
together. Who's being,
I learned that from.
The efficiency.
I learned that
Overwhelming.
from the gentleman to my right taught me how. Yeah, sorry.
Change order.
Change order.
Yes.
Yeah.
This change order is for board action. This is the parking garage general. Weep holes and making sure that water is not accumulating in places where it can react to the freeze thaw cycles. And as we have seen here recently, plenty of water, plenty of up and down temperatures. It's good that this was caught. The additional piece of this particular change is just related to a fence that is necessary.
All right, I need a motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Items E, F, G, and H, there was a professional services meeting held on these. Item E, motion to modify service authorization 309 for WRA to prepare contract document, support services through bidding and contracts in association with the OMB building water leaks in the amount of $48,000.
Mr. Chairman, would point out to the board that the next, or this and the next three items are modifications of existing authorizations for work that have been previously awarded to consultants. For the first, we've been chasing leaks in the operations and maintenance building for quite some time. This just takes the consultant into the next phase of that work.
I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
You want me to just do the next three together?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. That came from him, just so you know. That's where I got the idea from. Motion to modify service authorization 339 for JMT to extend their work associated with Sawmill Run lining project, sewer rehabilitation design services through August 31st, 2022.
Mr. Chairman, had you taken all three together, it would limit my ability to recognize a previous civil engineer
right.
sitting at the table, because we're stacked like that at ALCOSAN. We are, all jokes aside, we're just that blessed and fortunate. And I will turn these three items over to the Director of Regional Conveyance, previous civil engineer of the year.
Just hanging banners up here left and right. all over the place, yeah.
Thank you, Arletta, Mr. Chairman. The item F is just an extension of JMT service authorization. We've had some delays due to the rebidding of the project, as well as some permitting delays. So this just takes them out till the projected end of the project, so they can finish with their design services during construction.
All right. Okay, motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Item G, motion for modification services 362 for Arcadis to extend their work associated with construction management service for contract 1719 miscellaneous sewer improvements.
Mr. Chairman, before Mike responds, we just want to check in with Mr. Weinstein. Again, his sound had gone out. John, are you back?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
And this extension with Arcadis is just to, this project is, contract is essentially done. This is just to extend them to finish with the project closeout and closing out the contractors, consent, surety, his as-built and so forth and so on. So this is a relatively short extension, taking Arcadis out to April 30th of 2022.
All right, need a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
H, motion to modify authorization 370 for TU utility engineers for an additional 1 year, continue their underground utility locating services.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This service authorization extension, when we did T2, they do our one call locating. So we get tickets in and they go up, mark our sewer lines for us. This extension is to, we originally did them for a 3-year option, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. This is just exercising their second year of extension at no cost. So this is for a continuation of their services to continue with utility line locating.
All right, need a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Item I, motion to authorize executive director to enter into a coordination agreement with PWSA for the clean water plan and PWSA's long-term wet weather control plan.
Mr. Chairman, it has been recommended by counsel for both agencies that to better facilitate exchange of information with our largest customer, who is, as it points out here, working through their own long-term control plan, that a coordination agreement is the best to do so. This simply provides for that exchange of information.
All right, need a motion in a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Item J, motion to adopt resolution 2022-0201, authorizing the condemnation of block lot numbers 7P125, 7P23, 7P32, and 7P40 for the clean water plan, and authorizing the executive director to take any action to do this process, I guess, right? Okay.
That is correct. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We would appreciate approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item K, motion to approve an open-ended bond. The forward preparation by the solicitor holding ALCOSAN. What?
Sounds like you're gonna doze off.
Have to breathe every once in a while. It's been a long day. The baby got up at 4:30, and I gotta come here and get the last one. Part of the routine. This is my last, possibly my last bill. I want to take my time.
Okay.
Suck it all in here, where are we? Holding ALCOSAN. Bound to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for the damages for block and lot number 7P125, 7P23, 7P32, and 7P40. Got it? Need a motion and a second?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That would be great. I will now pass the meeting off to Max for our election of officers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In accordance with the bylaws, we are going to elect officers for the 2022 year. Our current chair is term limited under the bylaws, so I've been presented with a proposed slate of officers. I have Ms. Sylvia Wilson as chair, Dr. Shana Thorpe-Gilliam as vice chair, Mr. Harry Reedshaw as treasurer, and Mr. Corey O'Connor as secretary. Do I have a motion to move the slate?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. O'Connor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Representative Kincaid. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I will yield the gavel.
No, I don't have to end the meeting. It's still your meeting. You
Oh,
go.
in that case, as chair, I have a lot of grievances that I'm. No, I would just like to say, thank you to staff. I think, I really enjoyed being the chair for the last 2 years. We have a lot of fun. It's like an extended family down here. It was difficult to do it during COVID. As a lot of you know, we had props ready for multiple meetings that I was going to chair and couldn't do it. But we do have a good time with these meetings. I just want to thank the board for their support as well. But a lot of this it looks so easy because our executive director does an amazing job. So want to thank Arletta, all the staff here for helping over the last 2 years, and excited to have Sylvia back in the seat. So with that, I will adjourn the meeting.
Here, here.